The Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go.
We did both sides of the conference.
Yeah, really
Off
good.
to us. But we jump into this last one. I was going to get my guy, Micah Vanderpool, to come show up with us today, but our schedules didn't meet. You know, he's so many hours behind us or whatever. I'm going to have to figure out a comfortable time to get him on there because he's in his senior year. My man graduated already. He's looking forward. They sent him out as a representative for Media Day. I guess it was because of his the great job he does on his YouTube channel doing videos. So for the video for Hawaii on their trip to Vegas for the Mountain West Media Day, he was one of the candidates to go on. So y'all can find that. I reposted it on Twitter this morning. Y'all can find that. Take a look at my man over there hosting the show and all the good stuff. But despite that, my guy Vanderpool is one of the best linemen on that offensive line. I seen him last year when everybody fell short. He was still out there pushing people around. So hopefully he gets a chance to get a shot at going to the draft or something, and we can have him on, you know, and enjoy some of that time because he loves Who-Bangin. We love him too, and we're going to get him back on the camera with us. But I hate to go through his team like this because they have him ranked last, and it looks so bad. But I don't know. You know, playing over there on the island, they always have an advantage on most teams that come over there travel-wise and all that stuff, you know, the time going back, all kinds of stuff. So they always could pull off some wins or even a winning team. But they received their ex-quarterback as coach now. That's Timmy Chan. He's first year coaching, head coach, and his first year at the school. He brings in offensive coordinator Ian Shoemaker, defensive coordinator Jacoby Yoro. He's another alumni choice, and I don't know if this is a trend or a thing, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a show about this one, Big Ragu, or is it just what teams are supposed to do as far as keep dragging in people mostly because they're alumni? You know, actually Timmy Chan, he actually has a decent background coaching, but, you know, big part of the reason why he's over here is because he's alumni. So he gets a team that was 6-7 last year, 3-5 in the conference, 28 yards on the 28 points a game on offense, 142 on the ground, 262 in the air. But they upside down, they gave up 31.4 points a game. They let teams rush for 156 on the ground, 290 in the air. Basically, the offense, they had their good days and bad days. I mean, seriously, that team, you don't know which one you was going to get from week to week. But, you know, it is what it is. I didn't really see big reasoning that they fired the coach. I mean, he didn't have a terrible season. He competed, you know, maybe 3-5 in the conference, but he was 6-7 overall. But maybe they just wanted to go with Timmy Chan better. So that's where we at. What do you think about this coaching move right here?
Well, I think there was some other locker room issues with Graham that something to do with the practices and you know, just some behind the scenes stuff that I guess they didn't really like there, without going into great detail. But for the most part, I like the you know, I'm not, I can't even get my words out. I want to say it so fast, but with Chang, you know, he's got notoriety, number one, like you said, alumni, and I think what they're trying to do with him, and I think this is part of the university's theory too, is to get him in there because he's the all-time legend over there with yardage quarterbacks. You know, he played for Jones back in the day. You know, all the great offensive 600-yard games. You know, passing. So he went and got Shoemaker from Eastern Washington, who knows basically that same offensive scheme that Chang ran when he was a quarterback there. You know, the run and shoot, the RPO, the pistol. You know, all those type of schemes. So he's a very offensive-minded quarterback, and that's where they really like the defense. I mean, we're looking at defensive numbers. Nothing too impressive about Hawaii because with the Hawaii scheme of things, you always had to outscore your opponents, and they were big. That was their whole philosophy was on offense. So I would kind of like to see Hawaii play a little bit more of a defensive role, but I think they're going to start with what they know best, and that's what Chang and Shoemaker bring to the table is the offense. So I think you're going to see, the run and shoot offense come into play real quick here. And I think I've read stories where he's been working with the receivers first, to kind of bring them up to speed. And then quarterback wise, I think they're going to develop and they're going to be able to score points. They're going to have to beat some pretty tapped defenses though in the Mountain West, because there's some guys that like to play defense in the Mountain West. So maybe, like you say, maybe they come over to the island and they're kind of, I'm going to say relax vacation mode, but they have the advantage when they come over there, and then when they come across the pond a little bit, that's when they're really going to have to be super sharp and they're going to be focused. But to start off with, I like the hire. I like Chang. I like the coordinator he's bringing with him. So we'll see how that develops. If they get back to playing Hawaiian style football, with the big offenses.
Yeah, that's what I think it really comes down to. And many people in the world might disagree with an all-offense team and mediocre defense. Real players and bettors and all that, we appreciate good defense. So I think they want to switch back over to that, high, and they're calling it the air raid offense. So they're going to go with the air raid offense over here. They brought in the offensive coordinator and a coach that could do well. They lose a lot of players on defense and don't return many at well. They return 1 on defense, 4 on offense. They have 4 seniors on offense, and the 1 returner on defense is a senior as well. So the defense is basically shot. And I think that's probably where it deferred with Todd Graham and the Hawaii office, because he was trying to play defense. He was he was planning to slow teams down a little bit, but I don't think they want that. They want to score, and all that good stuff. So I think they got the right guy for the job as far as that concerns. But it could take some time for it all to develop. But I mean, when you got the interesting situation about Hawaii, it was the quarterback situation. So they get Washington State transfer Common Cooper, and then they have last year's Braden. I can't say this last name. I'm just say Braden, but they're gonna bout it out. But they have this guy. He's actually started at Pitt, transferred to Arizona State. His name is Joey Yellen, and he's waiting for clearance to play because he transferred, I guess, too many times. So if he gets clearance to play, he'll probably be the starting guy in this air raid offense. If he's a starter, they have a better chance at pulling this off in the first year. If the backup from last year comes in, the transfer from Washington State, he could do well. But this guy could be the guy if he goes in there. But he hasn't been released as of yet. So we'll see how that goes on offense. So another team that we just have to watch. But I would say this will be one of the greater teams to do an over on a future, because I think they're going to count them out a little bit too far. They're probably going to have them at like a 2-win season or something like that. And I think they get to 3 or 4.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I got marked down 3 or 4 myself. I think we see that just on maybe like the shock factor. If they're able to bring these receivers along like he's been trying to work with them, with himself. Because don't forget, he's a quarterback. So he knows what he's going to implement. So he's already probably running those drills with these kids and everything. So if he gets the right quarterback, like you were saying, the transfer that's kind of sitting out from Arizona State, it plugs him right in, and maybe the kid from Washington State to kind of step up, the backup. So we'll see. I think they're going to definitely develop the offense first, and then the defense is going to kind of tag along.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. What do they have? Hawaii. Here they are. They got it right where we got it, Big Ragu. Over or under 4 wins for the season.
4. Yeah.
So I don't know, but if it would go to 3.5, I think I'd jump on it. But at 4 for a future, that's not a lot of value to me. So I'd rather play that one out game for game and see where we can find it. But that's it for the Mountain West. We did a good job today, Big Ragu. I thank you for